Horsepower, baby. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Point Fighter Live. I'm here today with Michael Simmons, the winner of the World Cup martial art championships that just took place this past weekend in Virginia. John Chunks. How you doing today, sir? Everything good?
Oh, better than good. On top of the world. Great. Great.
Yes,
Thanks for
sir.
having me, Alex. I'm grateful as always, brother. Shout out to
Yeah,
you,
man.
man. You're doing big things, brother.
Yeah, man. We both are. We both are. And like, man, it's you're a good friend of mine. So when I saw that you won, we always are talking. I was like, man, this is gonna be a great show at a great tournament, and it's awesome, man. It's awesome. So you won the fighting and the weapons grants, right?
Yes, correct. Yes. Overall weapons, overall fighting grand. Yes,
Nice, man. Yo, that's nice. That's awesome. And it looks like a great event too. I mean, John Chung, he a great champion, right? And he had his sidekick team, remember back in the days, and then the World Cup has been going on for a long time. How have you been to it before?
No, ironically, like, every time I see Grandmaster Chung at, like, the other like NASCAR events,
Yeah.
or sometimes like local, like here in New York, or anywhere about, he's always asked me for, like, it was going on like 25 years, Alex, and he'll be like, Michael Simmons, or he calls me Simons. Michael Simons, when do you come into my tournament? I send you flyer all the time. And I would be like, no, it's Simmons, and then I'll be like, well, actually, if I don't have any schedule conflicts, and then the schedule just got so tight with the film career and whatnot, so
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do it. But then finally this year, one of my students, he really wants to go out there and be on the circuit, and he proposed this event, and I looked at my schedule. I was like, we're free, so let's go. So this was the first time ever going to Master Chung's tournament.
Wow, awesome, man, awesome, and you did great. How did your students do as well?
My students did well, my student Donick, he came in second in forms and fighting, so we got some work to do. And then my student who came out for the first time, he actually won first place, and he was on stage at night. There he is, right there on the left.
There he is, right? There you go. That's it.
Mr. Rodriguez, he came in first place, and he got to compete in the nighttime show, which I thought was pretty cool for the underbelts.
Yeah.
And then Donick, he came in second in forms and fighting. So really proud.
Oh, that's cool. Yes, so they had underbelts already too as well on the show too, right? They were having.
Yeah. He actually, like, he runs the he runs all the divisions during the day. I mean, it's a stacked day in that tournament. He's got a bunch of stuff going on. Not even a day, like, from what I understand, like 3 days before that, he had a couple.
Yeah, seminars and everything. Yeah, he got seminars, a banquet. Yeah.
And he got the banquet. He got a lot of things going on that day. But one of the things he does do is, like, all the underbelts, he takes all the first place winners from all the the categories and puts them in a nighttime show.
Wow. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good customer service. He has, he's old school, but he caters to the new age too, and that's one of the new age things, right? We're highlighting underbelts as well. So that's good. That's you here with Jeff Doss there too. There was some good people there. I know Chris Rappo was there judging too. Jeff Doss. So there was some cool people that came out right here. The Maryland crew right here, right?
Yes, family with Carol. Yep,
family right there. Yeah,
family right there. So it was good. I actually fought Brandon in the division. So we fought for first and second.
Okay.
Good fight. Brandon is the one on the far right. And then you should know Gerald Dawson. That's Gerald Dawson's son. And Carol is like that lady. She's beautiful because she's
awesome.
Everyone. So yeah. But
man, when we were on TDE together with Team Dojo Elite, which we dominated, right? We dominated. She was awesome.
And I had you as coach. Cool. You were coaching us. You coached me to a couple of the wins too. So
yeah, man, for sure, man. It was, man. So the tournament was awesome. It was ran great.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. Listen, let me tell you, like, I haven't seen a tournament ran in that style in over like 25 years, because we're so accustomed to 20 by 20 rings, and event text and whatnot. Master Chung went old school.
Yeah,
got to register at the door. We all got, remember those little tickets?
The tickets, yeah.
It tells you weapons, forms, and fighting. You got the checkbox in it.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
that, and then we had to submit our tickets, and I don't know what the shuffling system was. He had the old school paper
Oh
bracket.
man, I miss that kind of. I
Yes,
kind of miss that, right? So it's cool. It's nostalgic at the same time, right?
yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. You
Yeah.
know, so
That's cool.
and the ballroom is nice too. The hotel is
Yeah.
nice. It's very pleasant. You know, so it was cool. You know, it was cool.
It's a good event. Yeah,
It
it's a good
was.
event.
And yeah,
Yeah.
people from all over. I mean, you know, Jeff Kane. Of course, you saw Chris was there.
Mhm.
We got to see Donnie Ellickson. I haven't seen him in like since his tournament in King of Prussia, in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. And then who else was there? Oh, Gina Thornton came by
Tina
too as
Thornton.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, Sean Elliott was there. You know, it was a lot of great people. A lot of great people. You know,
Yeah,
so
man.
it was good. It was good.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, he's a great guy, and he was a great competitor,
Mhm.
and he's active in the sport. He's always at events judging, and it's kind of like, he's a great guy. It's a great event, and man, congratulations on the wins for Rio again. Now, hey, man, you are busy, man. You're busy. It's great to see that you're out there too. Back, you kind of like sometimes go off and because you have you're busy with filming and stuff, right? With
Sure.
movies and you were in the Last Vendetta, which these are on Amazon, right? People could actually
Yeah.
get this on Amazon right now.
Yeah, you can
And
get the
then
last
Mirror Life as
and Mirror.
well.
Yes, sir. So yeah, Mirror Life. This one's making a lot of noise. This is like a zombie movie, or it's
Oh man.
the origins of zombie. And you know, basically like I've been set out to like do play bad guys. Like I made a decision a couple of years ago, and I was like, when I submit, I want to submit for somebody who's like evil, bad,
Yeah.
because they're memorable. You know, they're memorable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, like
It's true.
um, um, uh, Javier Bardem in Old Country for Old Men. I mean, No Country for
Yeah.
Old Men, or you
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Heath
yeah.
Ledger as the Joker in Batman.
No, and
You know what
even
I mean?
like even I don't know if you saw that. I just saw that the new Avatar movie, and they have this character,
Oh, yeah,
the
the old guy,
girl,
the military
that
guy.
girl, and then the guy that converted that those bad guys. They're villains, but you're kind of cheering for them in a way,
Yeah,
right? Because they're cool about it. It's like
yeah.
you
So
said, like the Joker and stuff.
they're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
memorable characters. So I was like, I want to set out to do that. So in Mirror Life, which is on Amazon, Tubi, Hulu. You know, we got great reviews from Rotten Tomatoes, which is great. I played one
Wow.
of the major bad guys, like a military, you know, assassin, if you will. So that was
Man, I
cool.
can't believe I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna see it tonight. I gotta see it tonight. I
Yeah,
gotta
check it
support
out.
you and I want to see it. It sounds like it's great. It looks like a good movie
Yes,
as
sir.
well.
Yes, sir. So
And the Last Vendetta was very good too.
yeah,
With
the last Vendetta.
Doris. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This was I played the main assassin in this, but there's
Oh,
a
you're the main
you know
assassin. Yeah.
there's like three stories before it. There's three vendettas before it, so or two.
Oh,
You know, so this one is like the one that brings everything together. You know, so
oh man.
yeah,
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 yeah. There you are, right there in the poster too, right there. You
yeah.
guys can see him right there on the right side, right there. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's like for me. I mean, and then you also. I remember even seeing you down here performing in Calle right?
Yeah, that's why I was thinking
As,
too as
an
well.
artist. So you're very multi-talented, bro.
I
Multi-talented.
think you know what it is, man. It's like that conversation that we had, you know, the other day, because you know, you and I, we have a lot of heart-to-heart
Yeah,
conversations,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and it's like, you know, I think like when we were younger, Alex, like you know, we were in our head so much, and
Yeah.
you know, conforming to the masses or just attempting to find our identities and whatnot. You
Yeah.
know, so like we stopped ourselves from making decisions. You know, and now that we're older, it's like, you know, none of these people out here, none of these martial artists or these film producers, you know, yes, they are gatekeepers, you know, but you shouldn't think about the gatekeepers. You should just
Yeah.
do you all the
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? So, and
100%.
and the one that I really want to give accolades to is the late Gerald Dawson, because when it comes to martial arts, you know, and I miss that brother tremendously, you know, because
Yeah.
he was the only one that really like accepted me. There were others that accepted me. You know, I got to give a shout
Yeah.
out to Coach Don Rodriguez and, you know, Hanchi Jim Smith, the late Hanchi Jim Smith and whatnot. Gerald Dawson actually, like, you know, he really put things into perspective mentally and was like, you know, because I would always ask, like, I wanted to be down and wanted to train with specific people. And they were like, you know, they were like, push me to the side and whatnot, you know? And
Yeah.
one day when I had a conversation with Gerald was like, you know, Mike, you ever thought about it that maybe it's because you was a threat to them, and that's why if they would have trained you or put you in that circle that you would have dominated. I was like, that's true. So, it was like, all right, cool. So,
Wow,
because
man.
of Gerald, my brain got straight and I understood how to maneuver. And then from then on, it was like, all right, let's be great and let's do our thing. That's why when we were on TDE, I
Yeah,
mean, we were
yeah,
the most dominant team ever, bro. And
yeah,
yeah, we had great memories. So, things became aligned. And then, I still train martial arts actively, of course, because, I got my studio.
yeah, yeah.
It's 25, 26 years this year.
Successful studio too, man.
That's so
Successful.
thanks be to
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah,
Even with all the competition around us,
yeah,
So
man. Yeah.
yeah, good people, you treat them good, and but yeah,
And at the end of the day, those people that, kind of like that brush you off kind of a little bit, like, man, at the end of the day, you got your world titles, you're doing big things, in Hollywood, the successful school, like, we were talking about that the other day, and it's like you're bigger than them at the end of the day, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They're just that big in that small bubble that they had and with control. So I'm proud of you, man, for real. And like, yeah, man, that's the way you do
I'm
it,
proud
man.
of you because
Yeah,
not for nothing. Your channel, like I mean, I remember when you first started, excuse me, Point Fighter, where you only had like 2 followers. You understand what I'm saying?
yo, it started on the phone with the beat with the man, the show was like on the phone. You have to listen on the phone. I
Right,
even forgot
right.
the whole thing. I had the run board, messaging board where
Yeah,
people discussion forum, and
yeah.
like it's crazy how that started back. Like, I don't know, it's been a long time. It's
And
been a
now,
long
now,
time.
and now look at you.
2013 I think
Hey,
2013. Yeah,
and then
yeah,
12
13
years later,
years.
over a
Yeah,
decade later, but that was
yeah,
your consistency. And I mean,
yeah,
if you haven't been told this, I'm pretty sure, Alex, that because you've done it for me. Like
yeah,
I'll look at your stuff and be like, well, this dude is crazy with the stuff that he does.
yeah,
But bro, it's so effective. And look at the
yeah,
following and how you've
yeah,
built it.
yeah.
And because
And
of
like you
you,
said, just doing me, like
right,
that.
right,
I get out of my head. Like we
right,
talked about that. Just be like, I used to be like, oh, what if people don't like that? What if I can't do this? What if I can't
mhm,
win? Like so much pressure that you put in your mind
right,
sometimes for acceptance in a way, right? And not to not look bad. And then, but then it's kind of like a graveyard if you do that, right? You put
right,
it your all your talents and your skills in a graveyard,
right.
and then it's if you. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it and just let's see what happens. And like, and it's blown up. I mean, it's blown up for real. Like it's
And I
blown
mean,
up for
that's what I'm
real.
saying. Like,
Yeah,
with what you've done, it's so motivational because, like,
yeah,
for the people that are in their heads when they look at you, it's like,
yeah,
if Alex could do it, like, there should be no reason why we
yeah,
can't do it. And you got to have fun. And
yeah, man.
that's why
Fun.
this
Yeah,
tournament, that John Chung's
yeah,
tournament,
yeah, yeah,
like, I wasn't concerned about who was there, what people were
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
what they thought about the styles. I mean, even with the video, like you posted, like the sword form videos,
Oh yeah, yeah,
you have a lot of people comment negatively. And for
yeah,
me,
yeah,
it was like, listen, everybody is entitled to their opinion. It's like a butthole. Everybody got one. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it is.
Exactly.
But when I was at John Chung's, the mindset was like, I don't really care what any of these people think. I'm here for me. I'm here for
That's
my
it.
personal development. I'm here for my self improvement. And the results are going to speak for themselves. Basically,
Yeah, man.
win or lose, at the end of the day, you do have to analyze, but
Yeah.
don't be in your head. Just have fun. Just have a good
Yeah,
time.
man.
Yeah.
Yo, for real, man. It's great. It feels great. Anybody that's out there, just go for it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's it. Just go for it. Don't worry and just have fun. And that's it. And do your best. That's it, really. You work hard. Like I said, work hard, never give up, believe yourself, always be positive. And martial arts could be fun. It's serious. It could be it could be a sport, it's entertainment with the movies and stuff like that. So like it's fitness, it's everything. Like
It's
for
a, it's
me,
a
martial arts
realm.
is
It's a vast
everything.
realm of things.
Yeah,
And the good
yeah,
thing, like the one thing I have to say that I'm grateful for, and that's why I like competition extensively. I don't like the politics of
yeah, yeah,
competition.
yeah,
Never
yeah,
liked it at all. But in terms of like the actual aspects and the build up to competition, it's a mental thing because we have a saying: if you stay ready, you don't got to be ready. So
yeah.
the training, the camps that you do, they literally prepare you, and I'm grateful for it because of all my losses and my wins. When I walk into an audition for acting,
Oh yeah,
like I correlated. Like I remember one time I fought Ross Levine in in Capitol Classics.
Hmm.
And that was the fight to go into the nighttime show. And I think it
Yeah,
was Ryan McGriff. I think that was
yeah,
his name, right? Ryan
yeah,
McGriff.
yeah. Ryan McGriff. Wow, he
Yeah,
was good too. He had that
he was
kick.
a
That
great kicker, great kicker. And I
yeah,
remember that I needed to get Ross to get to Ryan McGriff.
yeah,
So Ross and I, we ended up tying each other. So it was a next point win, sudden death, right?
yeah.
And my dumb behind, I put my hand down and he threw the back fist on the top and I threw the side kick on the bottom and they
Uh,
called the back
yeah,
fist. Is that what I'm
yeah,
saying? And that was the moment to get on the stage for the nighttime show, and I missed it, right?
yeah,
So that loss, it helps me when I go to an audition because I'm like, you know what? If I don't get this audition, it's okay. There's gonna be 100, 1,000 more auditions after that. So it's kind
true.
of like it puts me in that mental
Yes,
frame.
true,
You know what I
true.
mean? So I'm
Yeah,
grateful for martial arts, and I really think that
yeah,
everybody should do martial arts. Everybody, I
yeah,
don't care what form it is, whether it's taekwondo, kempo, jujitsu. Like everybody should do it so that way mentally you know
yeah,
how
man.
to deal with specific things. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Man, that's true, 100%. And also from the competition, like man, part of it, like it's crazy how many friends, how many people you meet, right? Like, and like the friendships and bonds that you build from it, right? From
absolutely.
different places. I
Yeah,
love that I have
you're one of
friends all over the world.
yeah,
It's
like
crazy how
you
this.
you've been
Yeah,
in Miami and like you my boy, bro. Like, we
yeah,
have
man.
all
Yeah,
these private conversations about great things
yeah.
and then, like look at you, like you can travel anywhere and be received. Like where did you go in Europe the last? Was it England or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. I went to two tournaments, a WKU Worlds.
Yeah.
That was one was in
Oh, I think we lost
we're in the
Alex.
tournaments in Miami, in the US, right? Everybody, like, I grew up in tournaments here, so they know me since I was a kid. But when I went over there in Europe, man, it was like Elvis, bro. I took like, yeah,
Yeah.
I must have taken 200 or 300 pictures a day each day there because it was like, but and I made new friends out there. But you see, like that, it's beautiful how
It
martial
is.
arts competition, all through martial arts competitions, and like I became friends with people there that now I'm messaging them on a weekly basis, and like I can't wait to see them
Yeah.
on the next worlds that are coming up.
That's the beauty.
Yeah,
That's the beauty
yeah,
of martial arts. Like you'll meet good people. You understand what I'm saying? And like and I even in this competition, like when I went to Master John Chung's, you're always gonna have the people that are gonna look at you sideways. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And be like, yo, who's that guy and who does he think he is? And then you'll have
yeah,
the
yeah.
people that embrace you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's
Right.
true.
But
Yeah,
in martial arts, like you learn to deal with that. Like you're not for everyone. You're not for everybody.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the people that really care for you, they'll embrace you, if that makes sense. So and that's why like you're so inspirational because man, when you went to Europe, bro, like you could see, like, bro, you were literally like freaking a celebrity out there. Like,
yeah.
bro, they
Oh,
received you. And that's the
it's
beauty of
crazy.
martial arts. And
Yeah,
the
man.
thing too is
Yeah,
ain't nothing like you being able to hit somebody and not get arrested. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Man, I'm telling you, and martial arts has something for everybody. Forms,
Absolutely.
right? They have the fighting, they
Because
have the
influence,
breaking now. That's got
yeah,
it really popular. It's really like there's team stuff. Like you like team events, there's team events. It's like really for every personality. I think there's something for somebody for martial
and
arts.
you
And
can
if you
see
don't
it.
like to compete,
You
there's
can see it too.
fitness. Yeah,
In John Chung's tournament, Alex, you could see that you really have like started a spark with the
yeah,
breaking. Because when
yeah,
they did the breaking in John Chung's tournament,
yeah,
which I wish
yeah.
I should have recorded it, man. My bad.
Oh man, yeah, yeah. That would have been
But
cool.
when they did the breaking, you can see remnants of
Yeah,
of Alex Reyes
yeah,
style
yeah,
of
yeah.
breaking in there.
For
Like
real? Wow.
everybody was like really putting their all into the
Yeah,
breaking
yeah, yeah.
because I think they really swore you were gonna be there filming them.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was supposed to be there, man. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I really wanted to break there. But yeah, man, I just had some last minute stuff that I couldn't go to. But man, but that's great to hear that the
yeah,
influence.
you
Yeah, for
influenced
sure.
them. You
Yeah,
really influenced them. Like they really were going all in. The creativity of the breaking was unbelievable.
yeah,
The presence. The way they came up and like everything was like, whoa, these guys are really into it. So it was
yeah,
exciting.
man.
Because normally like before like Chip Townsend and whatnot, you
Yeah, 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 Chip.
and
Yeah,
that was the only time that I really was watching breaking when he was in the
yeah,
open and just seeing him,
yeah,
But
man.
but you actually have like reignited that. So it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man. For me, it started just like for me. I filmed one time a break, some breaks, Nick Zombie in a tournament in Orlando, and it got 300,000 views. And I was like, oh wait, this breaking that got my attention. The views, and then I was like, I started going to more tournaments with breaking and recording it, and then I was like, okay, and it's good, something else I could put in my page, forms, weapons, fighting, and now breaking, and then I'm like, okay, then I was like, okay, I like, let me do it for fun,
Right,
right, with the power zone, and having fun with it, developing the ninja course, and like I was just having fun with
right,
it, and as a businessman, you know, making content, and then but then I went to a tournament last March and I got second place and I beat like some top guys in the process, right? And I was like, wait, I could be good at this. All
yeah,
right. So that's when it lit the fire for real. We're like trying to go to the US. And I did it from March. March of last year was when I took it serious and
yeah,
I was able to qualify and make it on the stage on ESPN, a few months later. And with harder competition because when I started breaking, like you said, this goes back to what you're saying. Um, the year before it had 120 breakers, and then last year it had 250, so it more than doubled. And then they had to do a whole separate type of qualifying on Thursday. You because before you would qualify and you would get in, then they had
right.
to be like you qualified a qualifier, then you go Thursday, 15 people, the top five get in. So it was like I made it harder for myself, but I love that. And at the same time, it's just generating, those power baby movement, I guess, with the breaking, right?
I mean, again. Oh, what's up, Gabriel? Gabriel Q915.
Yeah. Oh, he said
Tell me
hi.
how you
Yeah,
doing, bro?
that's on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but basically, like, um, the thing is like that's the beauty of martial arts. Like, everybody just got to get out their way. We also got to remember, like, martial arts is a way of life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got to train. You got to do your push-ups. You got to do your sit-ups. You got to stay
Yeah.
in shape because martial arts is a way of life.
True, man.
That builds the
Yes.
consistency. That builds the
Yes.
discipline.
Yes.
And then when you go to events, like you're always ready, no matter what. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I didn't train point fighting for this tournament.
You
You
didn't?
understand what I'm
Yeah, but you're always active training. Oh, we lost him there for a second. It's okay. While he's gone, he'll be right back. We got two tournaments coming up soon. Oh, look, there he is. We got hey, you're back. All right, yeah. Hey, before we finish, I was just gonna bring up some tournaments that are coming up January 31st, the kickoff season opener for the FBBA. Been around since the 1970s, and they got it's still running strong. My dad is the president there, and they got a great organization. They got everything, breaking forms, fighting, all that stuff. It's a season opener, January 31st, point fight approved. Then up there in Atlantic City, Battle of the Dragons, that's up close by you. Marielle Polanco, and it's part of the Action Mega Weekend. And there they got everything. They got the tournament that's an ICO qualifier, IBF record for breaking as well, and it's just a great event. I was there last year, and it's going to be a great weekend there. So you got January 31st on Saturday, February 1st in Atlantic City. On with the Battle of the Dragons. All right, so those are 2.5 approved events coming up, and then all right, here we go. We got Michael Simmons right here. Wait, I didn't put you up there. Okay, there you are.
All
Yeah,
right.
I thought you were already with me. Yeah, my
Yes.
bad. Hey,
Okay,
so
okay.
yeah, man. So yeah, so you were talking about the competition and like you're always active and you didn't really train for this one, but since you're always active and training, you just went in and took care of
Yeah,
business.
yeah, I didn't. Yeah, no point fighting training. You know how like we do like defensive sidekick drills, blitz drills, and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I'm doing my push-ups, my sit-ups, I'm kicking and punching. Besides the fact that we live in the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you gotta be, But yeah, I mean, martial arts is a way of life. So if you got that mentality, then basically, you'll always be ready if that makes sense, and a positive attitude, and
Yeah.
definitely like for everyone, like get out of your heads. Like, I was having this conversation with a colleague of mine the other day, and it's like they're waiting for somebody to give them the approval to do something. And it's like, yo, you don't really need
Mm.
anyone's approval. Just go out there and live your life, have fun, and guarantee, rest assured that when you do, I mean, win or lose, because excuse me, you don't really lose, you learn. You
Yeah.
know, win or lose, win or learn, you're gonna know where you stand
Yeah.
as
When
a
I learn.
You know,
A
yes.
hundred percent, man.
But
Yo,
yeah,
100%. And it's true. And you got like what you're saying. It's crazy how the breaking got me into the whole training because
yeah,
I was a point fighter and and I had a school where I was teaching, but like when I stopped teaching, I really stopped training mostly more. Really because I didn't. Because when you're always competing, you have that mindset that you're training for competing, right?
yeah,
And then teaching is just teaching. But now the breaking got me really into just like wanting to be an overall martial artist all together
yeah,
again, right? Like I'm doing forms. I'm gonna come back. I want to try to fight again too
yeah,
at a sanctioned event and like. But that's it. Like in my brain now, it triggered that whole martial arts mentality where I'm gonna train no matter what, whether I'm competing or not. It really is. I found love back with it again with the breaking, but the passion is back. And then like
yeah.
man, and it's so true. Like I'm gonna be that way now for sure,
And,
whether I'm
you know,
breaking or not, forever. Like I'm gonna be doing drills no matter what every
yeah,
day.
and it's supposed to be, like when I went to and this is for all the guys that commented on the sword post that
Yeah,
Alex did,
yeah,
some inside information, like, and this is the world we live in. Like people just make these assumptions without even knowing a person,
yeah,
unfortunately, but
yeah, bro.
you know, um, to piggyback on training, right? I actually trained in Korea, the Korean sword. Okay.
Yeah,
And one of the things I learned was that, and visually observed, was that the Koreans, bro, it's not a hobby. It's a way of life.
it's like
You understand what I'm saying? Like, like there's a specific routine. Like I remember before we started training, picking up the sword, we did like 30 to 45 minutes of meditation in cold
yeah,
weather like it is in New York right now.
wow,
You understand what I'm
wow,
saying? We
yeah.
did like an hour of stances, just to build the foundation. You know what I mean? And then we picked up the sword. You know,
Nah, it was a great form, bro. Those people, if you look at if you click on their profiles, they they have like no,
oh,
but you can see, man.
listen,
If you look at some of
Alex,
those guys, that if you look,
Alex,
I want
Alex,
to do a show one day. I'm gonna do a show one day. Maybe we could do it together, man, because that'll be
call them
good
out, right?
to do a live show and we pull up the video and we just start reading the comments
Yeah,
and
yeah,
see
yeah.
who they are. I think that'll be so funny. That would be
That would
some
be great.
good
That
some
would be
content,
great.
but sometimes too is like with martial arts, it's almost like a religion almost like sometimes and people like what they learn it think that that's for
That's
in their
totally it.
dojo that's the only way and then when they see something different they just criticize judge and they got to realize that and those are the people that probably don't go to tournaments or nothing like that, right? So they're
But,
they're
but
they're
the
not
thing is,
expanding their minds.
but the thing is a level of naivety. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
you want to feel that way. Hey, Matt, Navo, thank you, man. Appreciate that compliment.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
basically it's a level of just being naive and not knowing. But when you're good with yourself
yeah,
mentally, like those things you don't because I mean, Alex, you're at a point
yeah,
now where you're so popular and so well known that everybody's gonna have an opinion. Unfortunately, we are like in that celebrity status, so it comes
yeah.
with the territory.
Yeah, it
You know what
comes
I
with the
mean? It
territory.
comes
Yeah.
with the territory. So it is what it is. It's like whatever. If we weren't talked about, that would be a problem. Does that make
That's
sense?
like Kobe. Like Kobe, yeah. Haters.
Right.
What did Kobe say? Haters don't talk about the good ones. They only talk about the great ones. So
Right.
haters are a good problem to have. He
Absolutely.
said, I think that's his quote, kind of like there, like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's so true. That stayed in my head since I heard it so long ago, and it's so true. Like
Yeah. So
sometimes I'll be reading the comments about me, and like I'm laughing because
and,
it's
and,
like they
and,
took the
what
time to comment. They took the time.
it
It's
took the
hard
time.
to
Exactly.
comment on things.
Exactly.
So for me to get you to comment about me and you took the time, it's like, wow, I don't even know where you live or who you are. And like, wow, thank you.
Thank you.
For real.
You just say thank you. Take it with a grain of salt. But overall, man, it's like that's the beauty of martial arts. Like so long as you stay grounded and
Yeah,
you train, you stay in shape. You understand what I'm saying? Because listen, if these Asians can stay in shape and
yeah,
do
yeah.
all these
True,
spectacular things, then
true.
what's our problem? What's going on?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's true. It's got to be a way of life, like you said.
absolutely,
Like now,
absolutely,
that's my mentality, which they happens to a lot of people. Right? They get their black books, they have their school, and they teach, they make their money, or it's their life. They go to tournaments, they're promoters, they even coach everything, but they stop focusing on being with on themselves, and they're still
Right.
martial artists because they're doing all these things. But
Right.
you gotta like really just keep focusing on you, and like that's what I love, that I'm back now with that mentality, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
like that forever.
And you're
Yeah,
showing it, I'm telling you, man, you really inspire a lot of people. You inspire me all the time. So, like, and I mean,
awesome. Thank you.
when like when you post up, like I did my 100 push-ups and my 100 squats and all that stuff, I'm like, he's absolutely right. Because what happens if, I mean, here in New York, you just always have to be prepared no
Yeah,
matter what,
yeah,
because
yeah,
the environment, you understand? But what happens if Alex, like, just randomly has no type of, like, intention of breaking that day. You were just
yeah.
going to, because you got invited, and now they put you on the spot and like, yo,
Oh
Alex,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
break a world record right now. Because
You're
you
ready.
are a
Yeah,
martial artist and you stay grounded and you train, you're
yeah.
prepared. So that wouldn't even be a
Hey,
problem.
that's funny because I'm always thinking like, and when I go places, that somebody will be like, "Let me see you do some push-ups that you always post about," and I'm like, "Okay, I can't wait for somebody to ask me so I can bust
Right,
out
right.
some 25 right there." Like that's true, right? That's true.
Yes,
With that
you
mindset.
gotta stay ready all the time. And I think that's what's going on with the sport too as well. Cause you see the disconnect, right? Because like the people that I was fighting, with the exception of like Brandon and whatnot, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
they were fighting point fighting. You understand? And I think at the
yeah,
end of the day, you got to remember that even though it's a point fight, it's still a fight. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Right. Yeah,
there's a disconnect in terms of
yeah.
like the
That's
execution
old school
skill.
mentality. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like we were, when you and I were fighting back in the 80s and the 90s and whatnot, it was like everything we felt and executed, you could, in your brain, you'd be like,
Yeah.
yo,
You were trying to hit. Yeah, for real.
this
Yeah,
if this was
yeah,
if this was gonna happen outside in an outside environment,
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
those techniques were effective. You know what I mean? And there's
True.
a
That's the
it's
mentality. Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
disconnect. Now it's like off sport speed and
correct.
get the point. But at the same time, I think that yeah, that's a whole other subject right there. That's
Yeah,
that's a
but,
long one right there.
just to
But
like
it's like,
just,
but
just
it's true.
but
But
to
it's
just to
true,
wrap
one
that
hundred
up,
percent.
the kid that I fought, and shout out to him, I think his name is Mario. Great, skillful kid. You understand?
But
And
they're just going for the point. They're not
correct,
thinking I'm gonna
correct,
hit you. Yeah,
right,
that's the way it used to be in the past. Yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah,
And I mean, I'm almost twice his age. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So, because we have that connection of real martial arts and that point fighting aspect, we're a different breed. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah, man,
You
for
know,
sure.
yeah,
Man, you inspired me. I want to compete. I'm gonna compete. I think at this January 31st event. I think I'll be ready. I'm gonna do points, forms, and breaking. I'm gonna be the new triple threat. Maybe I gotta do a weapon too. Imagine that.
oh,
That's that.
oh man, that'd be crazy. Yeah, we want to see that. We want to see Alex.
What's next for you? What's next for you as far as competition? Are you kind of like winging it, or do you have anything planned?
Yeah, yeah,
No.
because the filming schedule right now, like right
Yeah.
now, I'm in the middle of a project with the lead rapper from Naughty by Nature,
Wow.
Tretch.
Wow.
So I'm
Oh
in a
yeah.
project with him right now.
Wow.
Um,
Cool.
and they text me like 2 nights ago and were like, "We need you to be free Thursday and Friday." You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and we have like the Steven Spielberg premiere coming out, Disclosure Day.
Wow, man.
So, I'm working on getting on the
Cool.
red carpet for that. I was in Devil Wears Prada Part 2 as well. So,
Wow.
and then like my agent is sending me to stuff. Now that there's new like management in Star Wars, I've submitted to a lot of Star Wars
Ooh.
projects. And Star Wars is like, bro,
Oh man. You
Star
got
Wars
that.
is
You're ready, bro.
yeah,
That's it. You're ready.
bro, look, I am
Yeah.
a humongous Star Wars. Like
Oh man.
I could walk you into my collection room, you'd be like, oh my God, it's crazy. So, I've been submitting for the Star Wars projects because I want
Oh
to play a
man.
Sith Lord or a bad guy. So, yeah, competition, I don't know, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because with acting, it's so sporadic. You never know. You'll
Yeah,
never
man.
know when you get a
Yeah, for
job.
sure.
So, yeah,
Well,
man.
you'll
But
be out there. I'm sure you'll be out at a tournament
absolutely.
near. So you'll come out there and surprise everybody and go
And
and win.
I don't want to give too much away because, if I come out, I want to surprise some people. You know what
That's
I'm
the
saying?
old school mentality too. Yeah, that's the old school mentality too. I remember my rookie year, super lightweight, 140 pounds. Yeah, I weighed that much back then, right? And I'll be like, you know, yo, let me see who's in my division. I'm like, okay, back then you care about those things. You're young, right?
Yeah,
18,
yeah, yeah.
right? And you're like, and then I'm like, okay. All right. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I hadn't seen him the whole tournament. Tony Young just pops out from
Oh,
nowhere. He would just, and he would do that. He would do that, and he liked that surprise element, right?
yeah, yeah.
And I loved it. That was cool. And then that's an old school mentality as
It
well
is.
too.
It
So
is.
that's cool. So you're just gonna pop out there and surprise
You pop
everybody
out.
and win. Yeah,
I know I'm ready this time. You know what I'm saying? Because last year I came out and oh man, I got my behind whipped. Oh, I got my
yeah.
behind whipped. It was so funny. So but this year, if I come out, I'm definitely gonna be
You're gonna
ready.
be ready. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
But
Yeah, you always are, man, for sure.
yeah,
You're always ready. You're always ready, in my opinion, that I've seen you. But yeah, man, awesome, man. Hey, it was a great show. I know we both got a long day ahead of us still too with teaching and all that. So, man, it was great to talk to you. It was a great show. Congratulations again on the wins over there, and I can't wait to see the next event you're at. All right, congrats on your success as
yes. And
well.
listen, again, Alex, man, you are so inspirational, man. May God bless you. And bro,
Yeah,
keep doing your thing because I
yeah,
look
man.
forward to seeing what you post every single day, bro. It's so
Yeah, man.
inspirational. Keep doing your thing, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man, for sure. All right, have a good day. Hey, take care, everybody. Work hard, never give up. Believe yourself. Always be positive. Power.